It is 5:17. I'm calling the meeting to order. Review of the minutes from 10/5/22.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Okay. So we have the 5 policies from the previous policy meeting that we did go through at the school board meeting for second review for second read. Is there any discussion on them?
I have something on DJE.
No, these we're looking at.
Oh, the second read, okay. No,
Yeah, do you have any discussion on the second
No.
read policies?
No,
Would we like to make a motion to move them to the board?
I'll
For the
move
next
to,
meeting.
I'll move to move them to the board.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Thank you. All right, so we have policies for first read, DJE, bidding requirements and purchase orders. Mr. Baker, you had something?
Yeah, I see a fix because the wording of this policy left out what happens. It covered less than 20,000 and more than 20,000, but it didn't cover 20,000. So that's been fixed.
Oh, that's a good point. So it should be like 1999.
Or just say up to 20,000 and 20,000 or more.
No, I like 1999 because it's not the
There you-
difference.
Then it's gotta be 1999.99.9.
I was just trying to be concise, Jim. I'm
Okay.
working on that.
But then we're gonna have the problem again.
Right. But for some reason, the whole part about under 20,000, where you get estimates, got left out of this version.
And this must, I think that,
Because under 20, you're supposed to get 3 estimates. 20 and over, you're supposed to get 3 bids.
right, so we can add that because remember, Phyllis is just taking the NHSBA sample policy,
Okay?
splicing it into our policy, showing you what would be removed.
Oh,
and then-
okay.
So all I have to do to fix that is literally unstrike through something.
Yeah.
What would you like me to?
Well, you
unstrike?
gotta do more than that because it's been eliminated.
Oh, it's not supposed to, okay,
Yeah,
all
so
right.
if you
we
look
have
at
to
the
fix that.
previous policy and you just have it read up to 20,000, and I think it says where feasible will require 3 estimates,
Mhm.
and then put 20,000 and more will require 3 competitive.
So I'm gonna tag Matt Angel on this.
Yeah.
And we'll hold this one for tonight,
Yeah,
or we could do first read.
I don't think we're moving any of these to the board tonight.
No, but we're doing first read, right?
No, it's not on
Oh,
the agenda.
okay.
None of these, I don't believe any of these are on the school board agenda.
right.
Oh, okay, so, but I'm saying like we could move everything else. We could work on this
Yes,
and then bring it back to the next meeting.
that's what I'm saying, but like, I just wanted to clarify, like, even if we did move these to first read, we didn't put them.
We'd have a couple of weeks to do
Yeah.
anything that we need to do,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But let's just hold off on this one to the next meeting.
Yep,
And
that's
I'll
fine.
have Matt work on it, and I assigned it to Matt, and I'll put some notes in here, so Jim,
But it's a really simple fix. If you go to the previous policy, if it hasn't been.
no, we still have it.
Yeah, and just change under 20 and over 20, leave under 20, and then where it says over 20, just say 20,000 or more,
Okay,
you know?
but then you said the bid part wasn't there either.
Yeah, the bid part was striked out,
So if you go back to the original, like Jim was saying, though, you don't have to worry
and
about
it'll
that.
say will be based when possible on at least 3 competitive price quotations. That's a lot weaker than the previous policy, which is specific.
Okay,
So Jim's basically saying copy and paste that line from the old one and
Mhm.
then put that
Right.
with the new one.
I'll do it and have him send it to you to read it to make sure we got it right.
Okay, yeah, just,
Yeah.
all I gotta do is use the old policy and instead of 20, more than 20,000, put 20,000 and more. And over, or whatever they wanna say.
Any further questions on DJE? So we will hold that for the next policy meeting. Next is IHBAA, evaluation requirements for children with specific learning disabilities. This looks like just an update. I didn't see anything glaring in this one.
No, and I did send it to Troy to have him read it just because he's stepping in, but if he has a recommendation in the future, he can always, I always remind the administrators if something comes up when you're working, we can always put a policy back on the agenda and talk about it again. It doesn't have to be you know, it's not like, oh, we did it this 1 year and that's it, you know, it's,
Mhm.
as long as we do follow what's in writing and then update it as needed, that's fine.
Mhm.
Do we have any, questions, comments, discussion?
I don't,
Would we like to make a motion to move it to first read?
I'll move to, move it to first read.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. So the next one is IHBA, Programs for Students with Disabilities.
I got a suggestion. Could we ask if anybody has any issues with the remainder of it? Rather than go
You can do that.
each one.
You can move the group.
Yeah,
Okay. Do we have any issues with any of the remainders?
No.
I do have an issue. It says IHBAB, Students with Developmental Delays, but then it says new title, but the title is not listed on the heading. Because the title is now Special Education Evaluations.
Listed on the heading, you mean in the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. When we create the policy, it will go to the new,
Okay.
the new title,
Okay.
you know what the new title is?
special education evaluations.
And then I did have
It's at the top of the policy. They crossed out students with developmental delays,
Oh,
and now it's special education evaluations.
I did have a question. It says that the evaluator has to be in New Hampshire. They have to be a licensed evaluator. Is that new? Previously, section 1, evaluation criteria waiver, evaluation credentials.
Uh-huh.
Is that new that it has to be a licensed person in New Hampshire? Because there's a lot of evaluators in congruent states.
That's a great question. I have to ask. If it's new.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's new.
Because I know people have used outside evaluations for special education services in the past and they have been accepted. But if the evaluator now has to be out in New Hampshire, that may negate evaluations that may have been done.
So let's hold this one for next
Because like
time.
Boston Children's or Tufts, floating, they do evaluations as well. So,
hopefully not, because the more people you have that can do it,
Well, that's the thing. Let's hold this until the next meeting.
okay,
And I will ask, and I just wanted to mention, I invite you to email me these questions 4 days before. Because I might have the answers for you tonight if you do, if you can, right?
Yeah, I just looked at this last night, I was.
No
busy,
problem,
yeah.
but I'm just talking.
I'll be 100% transparent. I looked at it usually the night before. because
Yeah.
it's
And I'm
my
fine with that, but I just want you to know that I'm happy to help,
Yeah.
to expedite things if anyone has a question
schedule.
in advance. And even if you shoot it to me in the morning, I might be able to find out during the day.
Okay, so we are going to, 3.7, 3.8, and 4.0, are we good about moving those to first read?
Well, move to approve, or to move to first
Okay.
read.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? And so we will hold 3.6 and 3.9 until we get those answers. Our next meeting date is 11/30, November 30th at 5 o'clock. Any other discussion? No? Anything else?
I wanna know what Tom has in his cup.
It's budget
All right.
presentation night, it's.
I call this meeting to close at 5:26. We did that in 9 minutes. folks.
Wow.